All right, so we're going to talk today in our book club. First of all, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. And I think people who are attending this are very motivated. Maybe they've heard about the book and they've wanted to read it or, wanted to talk about it. James is very, well, his focus of this is for you to be more productive in your life, to reach your goals, to reach, to have to do it in a way that is not so disruptive. So we're going to talk about these atomic habits that he has in mind. Here are the key takeaways. The biggest points is that the tiny changes produce remarkable results. If there's one line that you can, sort of keep or take away from the book, it's this. Tiny changes produce remarkable results. So he says focus on making small, manageable. This is the key. Manageable means you can do it. Unmanageable means you can't. So unrealistic goals, no. Realistic, manageable. Consistency over intensity. Stay regular. Stay consistent. And he's very big on environment and identity. Environment means, the space you occupy, because the people you encounter, the locations you move in, the people you meet, this is your environment, and this affects your decisions, even the small ones. So he says, put yourself in a better environment or change your environment to make it easier to make the changes. And the identity part, I think, is quite interesting, is that you should understand who you are and be faithful to that identity. So you don't want to make changes in a direction that's not you. You want to be you all the way through the process. So he has 4 laws of fundamental change. Of course, I'm just going over this very cursorily. Cursorily means very generally, without detail, and very quickly. 4 laws of behavioral change. Behavior means change in your actions. First of all, he says, listen, if you're going to change, make it obvious. So here's one of the things he suggests is to, put it in your calendar like you would a doctor's appointment. Tomorrow at 7 a.m., every Monday or every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 a.m., I have an appointment in the gym. I'm going to exercise. So make it obvious, make it deliberate, plan it, put it there, make it attractive. He's all about doing things that that aren't so painful, that sort of somehow make it attractive. So, if you're not a morning person, then scheduling the workouts at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning, it's just not manageable. Start at a more attractive time, but put it in your schedule. Make it easy to do. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, make it manageable. Succeed in the beginning. Success breeds confidence and success, and then suddenly you have a habit. And make it satisfying. He talks about rewards of these things. Now, these are building good habits. He says that he's really big on cues, triggers. Triggers are things positive and negative. So for example, I realized when I was watching this video series that I have a lot of, we all have triggers we're not aware of. So for example, I've been telling myself over and over, stop eating these delicious pistachio cornetto, these sort of croissants with pistachio top filling in the middle. Oh my gosh, they're so delicious. But they are laden. Laden means full of sugar. So I understand that when I go to this coffee shop, I cannot avoid ordering a pistachio croissant. This is a trigger. Going into that cafe, which is right near my house, in the morning triggers the pistachio. So I have to now make new triggers, make new cues. So one of the strategies he would recommend is go to that cafe later, not during breakfast, or go to a different cafe where you don't have that trigger and just order a cappuccino or a something different. So these triggers, you've done it for so long, they automatically trigger a response. When I walk into that cafe in the morning, I'm, almost salivating for that pistachio, and they know me well, and they know I like it. So breaking bad habits are removing these cues that trigger the desire for the pistachio croissant. And so on. Make it difficult, make it unattractive, make it unsatisfying. So it's the opposite of the good habits. And so making it invisible means you don't go physically, you go to different places. Unattractive, you begin to see the negatives of it. And so he goes through all of these step by step with, and it's what's really good is he gives you specific examples. That's why it's a bestseller. You've got really relatable examples on how you can change. And so I think the reason all of us are here is that I think most of us are doing very well, but we all feel like we could be doing more or better, or maybe some of us just want to practice English. I'm not sure. But we're going to talk about how to make some positive changes in our life. And I'm not going to be the one talking now. I'm doing the introduction. I'm going to sort of moderate the questions. I have a list of questions, but I want to hear from you all. I want to hear about some of these. But before we do that, let's offer a general idea. Some of you have read this book. What are your thoughts? How has it affected you? So let's get some general comments about the book for those who have read it. Okay, those are some short comments. I would refer to those comments as rather quiet. All right, let's continue. Now, I'm going to ask some questions, so you're in luck. We're going to have a lot to talk about. Here is the question list. Now, tell me, can you see these lists of questions or not? I changed the document, but I'm not sure you can see it. Can you see discussion questions at the top or not? No. Okay, let me change the document. Let me change it really quickly. Here we go. I bet now you can see it, I suppose. All right. Discussion questions. Now, these are great because we can share stories about our own life, maybe some inspiration. Maybe you can find out you have something similar with someone else in the group. So let's start out with this one. What small changes have you made in your life that have had a big impact over time? So let's sort of motivate the rest of the group with some success stories. Who has a success story? What small changes have you made in your life that have had a big impact over time? Anyone want to share?
Yes, me.
Patricia.
Yes, hi everyone. Yeah, for example, learning English.
So wait a second. Patricia, why don't we do this? Since we don't know each other, why don't you state your name and where you're from? And then you can start to answer. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Patricia. I'm from Uruguay, South America.
And maybe what you're doing, you're a psychologist, is that right?
Yes, I'm a psychologist. Yes, right. Yes, but I love English since I was a child. This is part of my story, but I never have the possibility maybe to learn the language properly. So some years ago, not so much, not so many, I left aside watching videos or watching some kind of YouTube channels or stuff like that, losing my time and put that time and that effort in learning English. So I'm in the way of fulfill this dream to speak as good as possible, as best as possible. I'm so happy because I made achievements and
Excellent.
I have loved this. I want to teach Spanish, but for that, online, I have to learn very well English first in order to communicate with other people who are interested in. This is a goal I'm pursuing. And although the goal in itself it is the less important for me, this process of achieving it is very worth the time put, yeah, worthy. Yes, the time I put on it. I'm so happy.
Thank you. I can say Patricia's been one of our longest standing, Patricia and Natalie have been our longest standing members of the speaking club. So
And
it's
we
been
love
an
it.
invitation.
Yeah, I can join to this speech and continuing. I agree with Patricia. I love English as well, and I'm from Ukraine, and this is a country where not everyone speaks English. That is why it was my dream to to speak fluently, because I cannot have practice every day here. And I remember, as you, dear professor, told once upon a time, that you should make the language like a pleasure. You should enjoy the process, and then you will have significant results and effect at the end of your way. That is why I try to do these little steps, have practice almost every day. I have a speaking partner, Patricia, by the way. Hello. And yeah, step by step, even though from the very beginning you cannot see some significant effect, but
I
at
can
the
see a
end of
big
your
effect,
way,
actually. I can see a
even
big
in
effect.
1 year, yes, you can see
Almost
these
with you.
remarkable results. And I was very shy, and now I hope I can find some alternative words and speak, and I try to do it every day. I try
Excellent.
to
Thank you.
read or watch something in English, but every day. Yeah,
Thank you both. Thank you both for sharing. It's very, yeah, it's great. And definitely we've seen changes over time with these two. Now, what about the others? Any changes you've made in your life? It doesn't have to be language. It can be anything where it's had over time a bigger impact. Anyone want to share something in your own life, your own career? You could motivate us.
Yes, I have another example about
Patricia,
my.
1 second. Why don't we've got a big group here. So why don't we let some others share before you do it? Thank you. 1 second. I want to move to the other one. I want to get more people involved because this is actually a discussion. The rest of the time is a discussion. So it's really important. We've got 14 people here. I'd like to hear from all 14 of you, or 13. So if we don't want to answer that one, then maybe we'll try number 2. How do you stay motivated when trying to build a new habit or break an old one? Maybe some of you have experience you'd like to share with us where you've broken an old habit or created a new one. Or
I would like to say something.
please.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Who's this?
Hello.
Hello.
Shahla.
Hello.
I'm Shahla,
Okay, continue. Hello.
professor. Hello, everyone. My name is Shahla. I'm from Azerbaijan. The first question, what small changes have you made in your life that had a big impact over time? In my version, I am change makers. I consider myself change maker. I live a flexible life. I always make changes. Small changes I make often, but recently I change my life as to join this club. Maybe also at the beginning I was shy, as Natalie said. I also was shy, but now I try to be not shy.
Good. More outgoing, yes?
Yes.
More confident.
I think small changes impact our life. We should change our life often and make small changes
All
every
right.
day.
Thank
every
you.
month.
Now let's move to the next one. You can also answer it if you want to begin with, and then I'd like to hear from others about breaking an old habit. Maybe we had a bad habit we overcome. I mean, the most common bad habit when I was growing up was smoking. It was so difficult for people to quit
Yes.
smoking.
Yes.
And, you know, some people were successful in quitting, others weren't. But maybe you had a bad habit that you successfully overcame, and you can share what your secret to success was. How did you overcome it? Does anyone have a story they'd like to share?
The first we have plan to get over, come over everything.
Overcome, to
A person
overcome. That's right. You need a plan.
overcome, yes.
Mhm.
A person should have plan.
Very good. Do you have a specific example about a habit you've overcome? A bad habit you've overcome? Who has a specific example they'd like to share with us? Someone I haven't heard from yet. Can be a good or a bad habit they've incorporated or changed.
A good and a habit. The answer about
All right. Let's go to the next one. Or maybe I should call on people. In what ways do you think your environment influences your daily habits? So we want to change. Well, let me just get a show of hands. Let's do this because I'm actually not sure. How many of you right now who I'm speaking to, how many of you have a habit in your life you'd like to change? I'm just curious. Does anyone want to change? I know I do. I definitely am very frustrated in a few areas. Is there anyone besides me that wants to change something in their life, or are you pretty happy?
Me.
Patricia, Delorum, Aida, me, Professor, 4
yeah.
people, Angela,
Yeah.
okay, a few others. All
First,
right.
we should think positively.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let's talk about what you'd like. Okay, so I've seen a few hands. So why don't we start with Delorum and maybe Aida? I saw Angela as well. Delorum, do you want to share what's a habit you'd like to overcome or incorporate a good habit? What do you have on your mind?
Yeah, I have one bad habit,
Uh-oh.
and probably so many people have it will agree with me. So we spend so much time in social media. So that is why I always think about it, that I lost many time. I always
Much
much
time.
time for social media. So that is why just I want to reduce it maybe till 1 hour per day, for example. Of course, I cannot just reduce for Telegram, for example, because where my family group is created. So because some social media we use for our working, it's okay with me, but sometimes I just open Instagram and watch so many unuseful, no needed information, and I'm angry with this. But it is very bad habit, and unfortunately, I understand that I'm losing time, maybe after 1 hour. As soon as I understand it, of course, I stop it. But it will be
Okay.
better if I stop it at the beginning of watching such
Well, we'll
no
talk
needed,
about some.
no needed
Yeah,
media.
great.
Thank
We'll
you.
talk about some strategies in a minute. Aida and Angela, I saw your hands up. Would you like to share something you like?
Hello, Professor.
Hello.
I have to answer this first question, right?
Who is this?
Aida.
Okay, I was talking about Aida. No, the second Aida. We're on to a different question. The question is a habit that you want to break or include. Now, Aida, why don't you? The second Aida, I had her hand up.
Mhm.
I think everyone needs to improve day by day. And for being a person with good habits, we should at first make a decision,
Mhm.
and then we should start doing and acting. And the most important thing is first step for
So, Aida, where are you from? Tell us who you are. No one knows you. Who are you?
I'm Ida. I'm a food industry engineer. I'm Iranian, but I'm living in Istanbul. I'm here, and I'm very glad to meet you and all the people here.
Very good. Thank you, Aida. Angela, do you have something to say about habits you'd like to break or include in your life?
Yes, of course. Hi there. I'm from Armenia. I'm living now in UAE. And I want to able to wake up every day at 6 o'clock. It's a dream for me because now I'm more night owl, and I really feel good when I'm waking up early, and I'm doing 3-4 times more stuff when I wake up earlier.
Very good. What time you want to wake up at 6? What time do you normally wake up, Angela?
9, maybe 10.
9. Wow. Good morning. That's a very comfortable sleep in, isn't it? 9 a.m. is now what Angela said something very funny. She says, when I wake up early, I feel better. Well, I can guarantee it at 5:55 when the alarm goes off, Angela does not feel better about that, which is why she wakes up at 9.
Yeah.
I know waking up early is a big issue for a lot of people. I'm curious, who else raised their hand want to talk about a habit they'd like to break or a change in their life? Anyone?
Me.
Mhm.
Go for it.
Me, I have to leave behind sugar, sweet,
Sugar addiction.
candy, cakes, everything sweet. I love sweet, sugar, and that's damage my health. So this is a bad habit I have, and I'm fighting against it.
Now, are you fighting with every bite of that chocolate cake? Is that how you fight, Patricia? How are you fighting?
No, the chocolate cake win.
Okay.
Win.
Now,
I'm a slave.
how much sugar do you
slave.
take? I mean, how bad is it? How much sugar do you consume in a day?
Not so much now because I'm in the in a war.
Okay.
That's true. I'm
Gulner,
trying
got it. Gulner wanted to say something about a habit she'd like to change.
Hi, everyone.
Who introduce yourself? Tell us who you are.
I'm Gulnur Arifjan. I'm from Kazakhstan. Yes, of course. Personally, I have some habits that I'd like to incorporate, and some habits to break. And when it comes to habits to incorporate, I'd like to incorporate the habit of using or doing face yoga.
Yoga.
Yoga, yes, yoga.
Wow. Yes.
And
And what would you like to remove? What habit would you like to remove from your life?
remove about. I'd like to also break down my addiction to sugar.
Okay.
As not sugar. I don't use sugar while drinking tea, but I eat chocolate sometimes. Maybe.
Chocolates.
Yes.
Now, when you say sometimes, does that mean every day?
not every day. Once a
Okay.
week, maybe once a
Okay.
month. I'd like to also break this addiction.
Okay, very good.
Whatever. Now, I'd like to speak also about my about the small habits, tiny habits, changes that greatly, enormously affect my life. I'd like to speak about my habit that I started 9 years ago. I started reading our sacred Quran. Based on my knowledge that I obtained during my studies, bachelor degree at university, after about 15 years, I started reading Quran. Quran is written in Arabic.
Yes.
So at the beginning, my reading was very slow and not so very good, but I practiced every day. I watched videos. I followed some trainers. I took once an online class on it, how to read Quran correctly, how to pronounce. And now, thanks to God, I can read the book very well. Thanks to God.
Wow, great.
Yes,
Step by step. So that's a habit. How long,
yeah,
how many years were you reading
about
Arabic?
9 years. It took me
Wow.
9 years. 9
Wow,
years, yeah.
that is incredible. And you were consistent throughout, yes?
Yes, so this book consists of 30 chapters. Each chapter consists of 20 pages.
Got it.
Yes,
Thank you,
and
Gulnar.
I try to read this book twice a year.
Very
This is
good.
my great victory, I can see for sure.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing. Who else would like to share before anyone else want to share about a habit they'd like to incorporate or remove from their life? Incorporate, let me just write these words down because they're quite big. A habit you incorporate. Now, businesses are incorporated, but you can also incorporate habits into your life. You can also eliminate habits. You eliminate bad habits, actually. So you can either talk about a habit you want to eliminate or habits you want to incorporate. Someone I haven't heard from yet. Anyone else want to share before we move on to the next question? Don't be shy.
Can I say? Oh, okay.
Okay, Aida wants to share something. Okay, go for it.
I have a tip for those who want to have some, for example, some chocolate or carbohydrates in their meals, but they want to be healthy, to have a healthy nutritional food. I want to say, if your daily routine with full of vegetables and nutrients, like something that is full of fiber, like vegetables and fruits, it helps your body to absorb a little amount of carbohydrate.
Very good. So
at the same time, for example, for lunch or after your breakfast, you eat some thing like a meal with protein and with fruit, and after that you eat chocolate or something with carbohydrate. That fiber in fruit and vegetable help you to help your body to absorb a less amount of carbohydrate at the same time.
great words, by the way, Aida. Excellent job. So she's saying that fruits and some vegetables help absorb the carbohydrates from the sugars, I guess, from the sweets. Excellent.
Yes.
Who else was going to share? Thank you for that. Who else wanted to share? All right.
I would love to share, and the
Go for
words of Aida can help me as well. I would love to drop eating some junk food like chips or crepes. I love something from McDonald's sometimes, and I understand that it isn't useful, but it is my guilty pleasure maybe. And once upon a time, I tried not to eat it, and I even haven't ate more than 5 years. But now your second question indeed is very interesting, that our environment influence us. And when you are in a party, for example, where everyone is eating chips and drinking beer, for example, you cannot avoid this moment. That is why you should control what you do, what you eat, and this book is very helpful and can help a lot of people to achieve their goals and dreams. So I have these bad habits, eating some junk food from time to time.
Very good. Anyone else want to share about their McDonald's addiction? I know, Natalie, I mean, she looks great, so it's not a bad,
Yeah.
it's not so bad, obviously. Anyone else want to share before we move on? Let's go ahead and look at ways that we can overcome these. Now, Aida has already suggested that, listen, if you take in a little bit of sugar, it could be offset with fruits and vegetables. So maybe it's not all bad, what she said there. I mean, what she said is there's hope for those who take in a little bit of sugar. Let's talk about the environment. Let's talk about the environment. The environment is, let me explain what the environment is. Hello. The environment is the place, watch this, the place where the habit, good or bad, occurs. And so here's my question to you all. So as some of you are thinking about habits you want to eliminate or incorporate, I'd like you to think about environments. Natalie mentioned environments when she's in, at a party or a social event. This environment is very difficult to sort of escape if you want to avoid certain foods and drinks. Is there a way you can change your environment to make it easier to remove a bad habit or incorporate a good habit? Let's talk about environment. How can you change the location? I don't know, physically or with certain people, maybe certain times where you can change that environment to make it easier to change habits. Let's talk about that.
Hi.
Yes, Aida, Anna, Luisa.
Hi, Professor. Hi, everyone. I'm Ana Luisa. I'm from Venezuela, but I live now in Toronto, in Canada. I'm a doctor. I think the environment is very important because when you incorporate good habits, the environment help you for the people. For example, since to respect the sport, you can practice a sport, see other people the same practice. I understand. Me.
Yes, keep going. Good job. So sport, we haven't talked about sports yet, but exercise is certainly.
Yes.
Good. So sport as a clue, I think that's really interesting.
It's a motivator that motivate you, feel motivated for the practice sport or another activity. For example, in the library speaking club or reading club, see other people saying the tasks you can similar do. Oh my goodness. Sorry.
Yeah, that's good. No, you make a very
Mhm.
good point, Ana Luisa. Let me just share a funny story about this because it deals with sports and fitness, exactly what she's saying. I lived in Warsaw for a while, and right next to my flat was a very
Mm.
nice gym, and it had a
Oh,
beautiful view of the city. And I'm thinking, okay, now
okay.
I have no excuses not to exercise because it's literally 2 minutes. No, actually, it's less than 1 minute walk from my building to that hotel. And it's at the top of the hotel. It was 1 minute. So I thought, okay, I will invest this money because it costs money to go to the gym. I will invest this money and then I will feel obligated to go, and it's close, so I have no excuses not to go. And what I found very interesting is that proximity means nearness. Proximity doesn't always ensure that you're going to exercise. Despite it being next to my flat, I'm very embarrassed to say I wasn't exercising as regularly as I should have. I had no excuses, but it still didn't happen. And I think what James Clear would say is that you needed to make it more attractive. You made it easy to execute,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't attractive and manageable. I think
Yes.
that was my problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyone else want to share something? There's a few people who haven't spoken yet. Go for it.
Yes. Yes, I want to say.
Mhm.
One of the most well-known Spanish says that tell me who your Spain's tell me who your friends are and I will tell you who you are.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it means that you can predict a person's behavior by analyzing the people they hang out with. And I think if you want to be a successful man or a woman,
Yes.
your friends should be successful people too.
Now, Angela, we're all curious who your friends are. I mean, we're all probably jealous as well. Who are they? Give us an idea. That's very
They are
interesting. What do you guys think about that? Friends, do you disagree? Do you agree about the friends you keep close to you? Do you become like them? Are they influencing your life?
Definitely.
Angela and many others say yes. Go for it. By the way, I haven't heard from Shiman. I haven't heard from Nurgul and Aida Sultanova. I'd love to hear from you three. I haven't heard from you yet.
Definitely, it has impact. The friends are very important impact in our life.
Yes.
Shiman, yes, go for it. Introduce yourself, please. Oh, we can't hear you. Are you muted? Yeah, you're muted. Sorry.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Tima.
Mm.
I'm from Turkey. I live in Izmir. And hello to everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Hello. Mm.
I
hello.
definitely agree with this because you become a mixture of the most five people you see mostly.
Wow.
In a meanwhile, yes, because even if you have different characters, different behaviors, different habits, but after some time you become alike. Because
You become like the five closest people.
yes, you are the mixture of them. You become the mixture
Wow.
of them. Yeah. So, for example, my friends smoke. I smoke either. I cannot
Wait,
quit because they smoke.
you smoke too. You smoke too.
I smoke too. Yes.
But interestingly, you don't see that as a bad habit. That's just what you do.
No, it's a bad habit.
Okay.
But if the girls did not smoke, maybe it would be easier for me to quit smoking.
So it's their fault. We knew it.
Thank you so much. So yes, the people,
You're right.
the places, as Anna Luisa said, I agree with her, really affects your life.
Someone else want to come in? Thank you for sharing. Very interesting. A mixture of the 5 closest people. I'm just thinking about that. Other comments? What do you think about what she meant? Very nice English, by the way. Nice job.
I
Yes,
agree.
and Louisa, the doctor has a follow-up comment. Go for it.
Oh no, it's my experience because it's a stranger. Now in this moment or in my life, how adult my friends, I don't have friends with me first or to doing a sport or activities. I don't know. But when I was young, yes, many friends. It's probably for the age, but it's
Got it. As you get
important.
older, you have fewer friends, but you
No,
also moved out of the country.
yes, and
So it's very difficult. Anna
it's
Louisa's in a
probably.
very different country now. So
Yes.
it's more difficult.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I think it's very difficult, but I think you're doing really well, remarkably well for being sort of
Thank you.
I want
isolated.
to say something,
Go
Professor.
for it.
I agree with the statement with what the last woman says. I don't know her name. It is about aging. It's a process, and environment it is important, but it is also important what you choose. When you're a
Yes.
teenager, you are involved in a group and maybe you smoke, you drink a lot, etc., blah, 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 because you want to belong to this group too. It is a necessity in the young years, in the youth period. So you have to belong to this group in order not to be bullied,
Excluded.
maybe
Oh
Excluded.
yes,
excluded, you
yes,
feel excluded
excluding.
or something bad. But when you grew up, it's different. You choose your friends and you choose what to do. It is about maturity, about aging, and
Yeah.
the most important thing always in the youth years and in adulthood maybe more, is determination. The person have a determination to do something, to quit smoking, to do exercise, to go swimming. I don't know. Maybe there are many examples to make.
Thank you. You make a really interesting point about that. And I should just say that Patricia is a psychologist who works with some of her country's most notorious criminals. So she's often dealing with issues like accountability and, responsibility and,
Yeah.
these sorts of things. So I think, you speak with a lot of authority in this. Thank you very much. Who else would like to share? Anyone else want to share about, we can also move to a different question. Go for it.
I would love to add that our friends are those who have the same interests. If we are talking about my circle, almost all of them love sports, love learning languages, English or Spanish, whatever. So usually we name the friends, those people with whom we have interests, for example, traveling, eating, laughing. I don't know. I haven't people absolutely with different visions. That is why maybe we call them friends because we have a lot of in common.
Very good.
What do you
Very
think?
good point. Very good point. What about, anyone else have a thought on this? I want to share something in your mind. Don't be afraid to speak English in front of a large group. It's okay. This is a chance to boost your confidence.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go ahead and look. So we've talked about environment and friendship and who, the friends you keep. You can tell a lot about a person by the friends they keep. I think that's very interesting, very famous. It's not just a Spanish phrase. I think it's probably an international saying as well. But I still haven't talked to anyone. We haven't talked about overcoming bad habits or incorporating good habits. Now, they can be anything, they can be small. Does anyone have a success story they'd like to share? They've overcome a bad habit or they've started a good habit. Obviously, learning a language for most of us is considered a good habit. So that's what we all have in common. We all share English as a commonality, but does anyone have something they'd like to share that might inspire us? Maybe someone we have, preferably, I'd love to hear from those I haven't heard from yet. Nurgul, Aida. Okay, anyone?
Professor, I'm here.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Very good, nice to have you.
If we speak about good
So Aida
habits,
is from Azerbaijan.
yes, you're right. If we speak about good habits, the best habit what we made is sports, of course. And if we regularly make sports, and I think that we make all the parts of our life be in how to say,
Harmony?
if we make sports regularly,
Yeah. If we do sports regularly.
if we do sports regularly, our all parts and other parts of our life are in how to say,
In order, in order.
In order, yes, in order.
Wow. Is it that simple? Just
It's
going
a
to the gym.
It's the most difficult. It's the most difficult habit. What
Okay.
people make is a sport.
Now,
Yeah.
Aida, are you doing sport?
Sometimes.
Jogging.
Sometimes. So Aida's telling all of us to do it because it gets her life, your life in order, but Aida isn't doing it.
Which I you ask.
Okay. That's very funny. That's very not. No, I understand, but Aida does it sometimes. That's fine. That counts. Oh, let's talk about that. Now, Aida says if you're doing sport, if you're doing something physical to, to let off the stress, to reduce some of the, tension in life, in relationships, maybe financial issues, whatever, it helps relieve and sort of helps your life in general. What do you think about that? Do you agree? Do you have something to add to it, or? How important is physical exercise if you want to break a habit in another area of your life?
Physical exercise is as important as mental exercise. Meditation is really important for our soul to be calmness.
Do you practice something, Aida? Do you do a form of yoga, or do you meditate, I guess, or?
Yes, I love meditation.
Okay.
Yeah. And I want to say that we all need someone that be encourager for us. And I want to say Professor Korten is one of the amazing person in my life that inspired me so much.
Wow, the power of English is evident. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Aida. Those are really big words. I'm very flattered by that. That's really kind. Thank you very much. Anyone else want to share a story, an anecdote? An anecdote is a short story from your life that maybe can help the rest of us, or you can just practice your English.
I want to add
yes, please.
something.
Please.
I think if I know something bad for me, I try to change it for good. For example, my working day is so hectic, and I work sitting all day.
Oh.
That's why I know it's not good for me. Now I am school holiday, so I decided to walk, to get up early and walk an hour in the morning. I think it's good for me. Also, working also in working time. I also try, if I have time, I also go for a walk in the evening. But also I am able to control my eating, what to eat, and what to do. I think I am not a person bad habits.
You don't have bad habits?
No.
Wow.
I have no bad habits because
she has no bad habits.
No bad habits. No, because I am able to realize that is going wrong with me,
and stop
then
it.
Yes, I can stop it.
That takes a lot of discipline. I have a big respect for that. And you bring up an excellent point that I would like to conclude with. And I'd love to get as many people, as many people as you want to share about time, because is it Shaklo? Tell me again.
Yes.
What Shakla was mentioning was time at some point. And I want to ask you, how many of you feel like, oh my gosh, I have so many plans. I want to do so many things. I feel like I have no time, not enough time to do everything I want to do.
Yeah. If I am asked, what would you like to add your day to be happy? I would like to say I want to add more time, because I have no time to relax because of hard working, because of our hectic life. Also, what would you like to eliminate from your routine to be happy? I would like to say work.
Don't want to work. That's perfect. Yes. Let's talk about time for a minute. Does anyone have a secret they do, something that they feel they are doing in their life that is very effective in time management? I don't know, whatever. I mean, do you feel frustrated like I do? I can tell you every day I feel frustrated, literally every day, a little bit frustrated that I don't have enough time to finish everything I want. How do you guys deal with that? Give us some clues from your own experience. Let me hear from someone else. Thank you. 1 second. We'll hear from someone else. We have a big group, so lots to hear from.
Thank you.
Delorum, you're very busy. Delorum's working all the time. She gets to work an hour early because the parking is disastrous in Tashkent. She goes home to a beautiful family, lots of mouths to feed. Thankfully, she has a robo cook, so she doesn't have to cook. The robot cooks, I'm not joking, a robot cooks for Delorum and her family. And Delorum, how do you juggle all of this busy schedule? Are you successful in time management? Tell us.
This is a big problem for me because I have experience for working more than around 30 years. But I would like to say that the last maybe 3 years, I really very busy, and I have so many pending tasks and unable to complete them on time. And now I don't know how to solve this issue. Before I was very nervous. I didn't know what to do. I complained myself that probably I do something wrong. But then I just became quiet, and I told to myself, Dilaram, take it easy, just do it. That's it. And that is why sometimes, even if I on weekends, if I have time, if I have good environment and possibility to work, so I do it. And I try to close day by day my tasks. But before it, of course, I analyze them. I always consider them and put priorities. That's it.
Delorme, it sounds like you're very disciplined. And this notion of just do it, don't think about it,
Yes.
just get it done.
Yeah.
It's probably very efficient. Now, Gulner has not spoken. She's been an amazing listener. I'm looking at her there. She's listening very attentively. Gulner, do you want to tell us about your time management techniques? Do you have anything? I know you're very busy. How do you manage everything? How do you juggle all of your activities?
Oh.
I also attempt to manage my time successfully. I try to get up at dawn.
Now, what time is that at the moment? What time is that at the moment?
At the moment, it is. Let me have a look. It is 10 p.m. 10:30 p.m.
No, what time do you wake up at the moment? What time in the morning?
At 4:30 a.m.
4:30
in the morning. Yes.
Gulner, you get up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Now, what time do you go to bed?
Yes. So we are Muslim people, therefore we have to pray up before sun rises.
Oh, goodness, 4:30. Now,
Yes.
how do you feel at 4:30? I know you're praying, but right before
Yes.
the prayers, how do you feel?
After praying, of course, I think I've also every day think that after praying I will go to bed again and fall asleep. But after praying, I get some how to say,
Rejuvenation, you get more energy.
yes, I get
Second wind.
I'm full with energy, and for example, I have my some morning routines as drinking water. I do my morning routines and reading Quran.
Okay, so
It's my
the point is, once you're up at 4:30, you rarely go to sleep until the evening. Is that right?
not until the evening. During the afternoon, I try to take a nap.
Oh, very nice.
very
Those
good.
afternoon naps are from heaven for sure. How many of you take a nap? I'm just curious. How many nap takers are there? Aida, Gulner, Mr. Professor, who else? I haven't been taking naps recently, but how many of you take
It's
naps?
impossible. Otherwise, it's impossible.
Okay.
Yes.
Someone else, Shimen, or who else hasn't spoken much? Anyone else want to share your time management tips?
Well, I don't take a nap. I wake up early. In the wintertime, 4 days, I go for a walk and then I play basketball since 2 years. But I've been playing basketball for many years, but I did not have time in the past to play 3 or 4 times a week. But since 2 years, I'm doing this. But in summertime, it's a bit difficult because Izmir is a really hot city.
Can imagine.
So it's a bit difficult. So it's once or 2 times a week, but I can say once for 3 months. But in winter, it's definitely 3, generally 4 times.
That's
So
really
I wake up
interesting.
early. I wake up at 6:30. I have my Turkish coffee, first of all, of course, for my energy. And then I go for a walk. And then I play basketball. Like I walk for like 45 minutes and then like 40,
Wow,
45 minutes
that's a lot of
basketball.
exercise.
And I come back. No, is it? To me, it's like,
It's a lot.
I do it regularly. So it's something like drinking coffee to me because I get used to doing it.
So how many of you
and when
exercise? I'm curious about this. So Shimen has raised an interesting point. She walks 45 minutes. She plays basketball with Michael Jordan on the weekends in winter. How many of you exercise? So Aida does yoga, meditation. Shimen does sports. I know Natalie goes to the gym almost every day. Who? Delorme.
I
Delorme
yes.
at lunch.
Yes,
Snakes out.
I have yoga at lunch 3 times a week.
What about the
I go
others?
swimming
Oh, that's right. Patricia's swimming in the Pacific Ocean.
in the Atlantic.
Oh, is it the Atlantic?
Yes.
Yeah, Atlantic.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're on the other side. That's right.
Yes, I also swim now because it is so cold in the south of America.
Yeah.
I swim every day in the swimming pool.
That
Oh,
is
wow.
so healthy. Swimming. Angela, are you doing anything with your
Yeah,
friends?
I
You've
go
got
to
fun?
gym and pool also 3 times a week.
Wow. Shakla, Gulner, am I the only one that needs to get going? I think I'm the only, I'm the weak link here, I think.
Yeah. I practice yoga in the morning. Yes, every day.
Wow.
I tried. Since 20 years ago.
For the
It's
last 20,
the
wow.
it's good habit for me, but I don't know the group or you professor is agree when you incorporate at your life a good habit. Maybe maybe can be the bad situation. In my case, it is when I was divorced many times, many years ago. I got to incorporate the yoga, the practice yoga.
Okay.
It's a good. It was good for me
Very
for a
good.
long
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
Yes. And I was addicted to coffee and many cup. No, cement three. I 10 cups.
10 cups.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Very
That's a
addicted.
lot.
But now, no.
Basta.
Basta. Yes.
Anyone else want to share as we're concluding? Any thoughts about exercise, about time, about this subject in general? Anything? Any final thoughts? Aida,
Thank you very
Patricia?
much, Professor Korten, for this sharing with this excuse of the book. It is so nice.
Oh, yes.
And we miss it. There is a long time we launched for a meeting like this.
Well, we're going to do it every month, and we're going to have different speakers because we don't want always me. So we're having actually Alana, the British, she's a teacher in the speaking club. She's going to do the next one. And
Oh, nice.
yeah, so we're going to have a guest every month, and you all are welcome to come. This is a good habit to incorporate.
Yes.
So we can talk
a-
about that.
I think with the author by the book, Jane Clare, is really important when say the tiny
Changes, yeah.
changes is the better results is important.
Very good.
It's
Yes.
key.
It's key.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Korten, I would like to also to say, because I didn't finish this book, so I almost read this book half,
Oh,
and
nice.
now I just understand what about this book, and
Yes.
I understand that, and I would like to apply some rules or just advice given
Principles,
Advice,
rules,
because I just
Yes.
thought that we need to take just to list up all our bad habits and good habits, and then to analyze them. So
Yes.
it is very interesting, and I'm going to complete it, finish it, and try to apply in my life, because I
Nice.
also have so many good habits which I want to implement in my life. I have bad habits which I want to
Yes.
eliminate them,
Mhm.
and I hope it will have this book will help me as well
Great.
to change my life. Thank you very much. Very
Thank you.
interesting. But I'm reading it from Ed, and now I cannot know whether it is a full version or maybe shortened. I don't know.
Well, it's not a long book, so it's probably the full version.
Yes. But it is not easy for me because each sheet I just my how to say, my list of vocabulary from
Yeah,
this
it's
book
challenging.
it was almost full because so many words which I don't know. Thank you.
I'm really proud of you, Delorme, and there are a few others that started with me in the pre-intermediate not long ago. I know Aida's here as well. Both of you have made such huge and fast improvements. I'm really proud of you for reading.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
reading this book.
Professor.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you
inviting me
all.
the meeting. Is interesting book, and I don't speak too much, but I try.
Great job.
Yes.
Great job, Ana Luisa. I'm really happy to see every level here. I mean, I think for those at the advanced levels, it's easier, but I'm really impressed and proud that all levels have shown up and contributed.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
I missed you.
Oh, thank you, Angela. I know you thought about coming back. We're going to do, by the way, we're going to open up some interesting new courses coming up. So I'm very excited, including business, advanced plus. So there'll be some opportunities maybe in the future too.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
So,
Bye-bye.
cheers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thank
Simi.
you, everyone.
Bye, Simi.
Bye-bye, Ana Luisa.
Bye, guys. Bye, Professor.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank